Oh, cool. Okay. It came through. People are coming in. Hope you can hear me okay. Just having a look. I'm guessing what's the question? Hello, Mr. Regular. Hey, it's been a long time since we had a live stream. Thank you so much for joining me for this. I appreciate this. Apologize for the vertical video, but that seems to be what's popular these days. Yes, I do have an important question, but being the way live streams normally are, I know I'll probably have to repeat the live stream as the stream goes on. Apologize, it's a little bit dim in here, but you know, 70s design house, that's just how it is. The question is, do you think it's appropriate? Do you think it's appropriate for me to have a marathon live stream tomorrow to raise spare money for me to buy a plane ticket to Orlando Friday morning to go to the Megaplex show and film Finance Bird there? That's the question. This is a last minute question. Normally I don't do conventions back to back. I didn't budget for this. But there's a number of people asking if I want to go, if I want to review their cars while I'm in Florida, because I don't go to Florida much. And I've been consuming my favorite beverage, and I'm thinking, if people really want me to go, would it be acceptable to ask a lot of people to donate for me to make this last minute trip and pay the last minute plane ticket prices? Because if you think I'm driving to frickin' Florida, I'm not. So, what are people saying? But need to go enough days, more moral than bread tube. Don't know what that is. B-Bird something. Stunt Granny saying, I did not budget for this. Kind of goes against what Finance Bird is saying for. It does, yeah, it certainly does. Yeah, it's fine. Just go to them. The fact that you're worried about it sounds like your intention's good. You think it's fine. Fly, bird, fly. Might be tied. Floor says, I'm not donating. You know what? I wouldn't donate to me either. Mr. Regular, I wanted to ask a question. Would it be okay if I were to write some jokes for an episode if you were able to do a review on an M1009 CUCV? I don't know what that is. Mismounted ongoing jokes for the Geo Tracker. It's not out of the question. Hello, Mexico. Take the Amtrak auto train. The auto train is the one where you drive your car onto it. I would rather drive Amtrak. That takes longer than driving. But I can take public transit to Philly Airport. And then there's public transit to get from MCO to the convention. Oh, someone donated $5 already that says go. Okay, hold on. I am going to open a spreadsheet, and you can watch me do this. No, wait, I don't need that. No, I don't need that. I need Open Office Calc. I need one of these. Yerp. RCR goes to Megaplex. So total needed for trip. The total amount needed is $1,275. It's a big amount. to pay for a last minute plane ticket and a hotel room at a Florida resort. That's a fuck ton amount of money. I would do anything for bedroom, eyes, finance, bird, cutie. Oh shit. Okay, hold on. So that is -5, -19.99. Okay, so 2 people already donated, which immediately brings the price, if we go down to 1,250. Okay. All right, Brian, you're gonna go up to File, go Save As, Desktop. RCR goes to Megaplex. Save. Okay. Oh shit! Did someone just donate $20? Jacob has already said $20. Don't forget YouTube fees. To be honest, yeah, that you are honest. Someone donated -20. I'm gonna have to talk to Nick about this because I'm gonna have to factor this into his paycheck because it comes out of the YouTube thing, and YouTube rolls this into this. So, how quick do you get the YouTube? I wouldn't get until next month. Now, hey, put whatever you want on your credit card. The Elderman says, "You've been my favorite YouTuber, Wild Man. Thanks for doing what you do," says Jamie. Well, thanks, man. Oh, that's 5. So we go up to here, go -5. Thanks. Oh, some guy named Scott Buccelli just donated $50. Really? Thanks, man. $50 to get to Megaplex? Okay, we go -50. Is this really happening? Am I about to buy a plane ticket tomorrow to Megaplex? I'm gonna go on to I'm telling my buddy Mike. I am on YouTube Live now, and people are donating. Shit. This is wild. Okay, I wasn't expecting this. This is crazy. I think I need to do dual streams here on my own YouTube channel, just so I can keep track of these donations. There's another one. Go to my channel. Go to the important question. I'm gonna donate. There's another one. You're the only YouTuber I subscribe to on Patreon. Well, thanks, man. What do you think is gonna happen in Zootopia 2? Honestly, all they have to do is, I would say, so Ventron Music is $10. I have to get this on. Ventura Music is $10, so that's -10. This is interesting, trying to do a dual screen. There it is. Where were we? Ventura question, what do you think is going to happen in Zootopia 2? All I really want from Zootopia is to just have them just do classic Clerks. Now hear me out. Or do a 70s. Now this is because I like camp. I mean, Quentin Tarantino did it with Jackie Brown. What if a fur-exploitation movie? But it's just all that awesome music from the 70s and like disco music and have a nonsensical plot, but it's all pure style. Legacy 1330, that is -9.99. This is unreal, dude. Ryan Weku does Canada $5. I don't know if I can add that because I don't know how to do the conversion in my head, but he does says in the poll, that was 50-50. I voted for Bird. The results being split down the middle is pure hilarity. Thanks. William Henson says, what's the important question? The important question, and I think it's being answered, is it appropriate for me to do a marathon live stream to pay for me last minute going to Megaplex in Orlando and doing videos there? Like, would the internet, meaning the chat, would the chat collectively pay me to go last minute to get on a flight from Philly to Orlando? Because my buddy already has a room that he would transfer to me. The room is like $600 at this resort. And for me, on top of that, to pay for the last minute flight down there. Desnick Game says, you're the only YouTuber I subscribe to. That is Desnick, which is -20. Thank you. I guess that was the last one. Or not. Yeah, and then there was E-Dog, which is -9.99. Fills My Fire Illuminate Me says it's $5 Canadian. So that's $3. So Canada money is -3. Gas plus diesel for a daily. It's Matto. Matto, man. Really? You be my fixer and then you're giving Australian money? The plan is, Matto, eventually, is for me to return to Australia for Furry Down Under, which is Furdu, which is in the Gold Coast, to go up there. But to have it more of a trip where I can make the trip down and drive and do an Australian road trip, which we never really experienced. We just drove around Melbourne. And thank you for, Matto, thank you for teaching me the correct pronunciation. I will never say Melbourne. I will always say Melbourne. And it worked out in Atlanta when I met someone from Sydney and the Melbourne came immediately out and the guy was like, hey. So Matto says that is -20. Loonies, dude, Mark Lippy, like when I went to Canada, I mean, talk about inflation, but I remember going to, I immediately wanted to say Macca's because Australian, because I heard it so much. But I went to a McDonald's somewhere in Toronto. Now, this was in 1996. And I remember I paid for like a single hamburger and a drink for McDonald's with a toonie. And I thought that was so wild, even as a kid, like one thick coin. I love toonies. I used to have like some loonies and toonies, and I don't know what I did with them. Canadian money rules, man. John Maynard says, let's get you down there. So John says that's -10. Bracket Smile says, I daily a 6-speed Sentra made fun of me. Yeah, you're like too poor for a Maxima. It's like Nissan Sentra, but respect that it stick shift. Nissan makes a really good stick shift. That is -3. Ryan Weenu says, Quebec, here you go, a toonie. So that's Canadian 20, which really means, I don't know if I can even count that because I don't know how it goes through. Ryan Bowie says, do it. We would be honored for you to remove my 1998. I love Valkyries. You're in South Jersey, 30 minutes from Philly, man. Dude, I live in Lansdale. Just come on over, man. I'd love to ride a Valkyrie. I have some stories about Valkyrie. That is Ryan from 999. That is negative. Chipper 10. Chipper says that is -10. I've been watching you since you reviewed the Blazer because I drove a 2.2 liter 5-speed S10 right out of high school in 2014. I would love to have you to check you out. I missed that truck. Dude, like the old Chevy little 4-bangers were great. Everybody got the V6s and they don't know what they're missing. Casey Clowney for 1999, negative 1999, says, fuck it, bro. Hopefully I'll see you there. Megaplex is going to be my first con. Super nervous, but YOLO. Also, you should tweet and blue sky the stream right now. Yes, it is. You are right. Casey Clowney. You are right. I should be doing that. It is 10:47 p.m. Roxy Roller says, what is this stream? I opened this stream, Roxy, with the idea that is it appropriate? Is it good practices? Is it reading the room correctly? I had all my trips budgeted out. I was going to stay here. I had one other trip planned, and that was Wapafa out in Pittsburgh. So it was a drive to Pittsburgh. But so many people are saying, Brian or remote, please come to Megaplex. And I'm like, I don't have this budgeted, but if the internet or if the chat will fund the trip, I'll fucking get on a plane in Philly on Friday and head straight down there. So if the chat will do that, I'll do it. I have nothing scheduled to film on weekend, so my weekend is open, but my funds aren't. So if the chat pays me, I will go to this furry convention last minute. So Connor says, hope you get to have fun. I'm blessed, man. Thank you. That is negative 25. Arrow Punks with 20, negative 20. And you think I'm lying, dude. I'm literally making a spreadsheet right in front of you. Like, I see you there. I see the spreadsheets there. Aeropunk says, you're the reason I own a Honda Fit. I hope you're happy about that. Here's 20 from Kodiak Bear, in Orlando. So you're there now? What the heck is Megaplex? It's a big convention. It's a furry convention, but Florida has a car culture. I will film stuff there. I'll make it worth your while. So if you literally pay me to go down there, you will see your money be brought back to you. I'll bring my cameras. I'll bring both Osmos, or I'll bring the Osmo 3 and the Action 5 and the mics to go with them. So Jasper, this is negative 4.99. Use Google Flights to look for a ticket. They sent me a 20-ounce of bathwater. I live in the Philly area, so I fly out of PHL, and PHL is American Airlines, or go get fucked, go get rocked. That's how you fly in and out of Philly, because that's a base for them. And the reason you fly AA out of Philly is because they repair their planes there. So you are rarely delayed. I mean, you may be delayed, but you're getting out of Philly. That's the whole thing. So it's American Airlines or nothing. So that's the deal. Where were we? That was Jasper. So Andrew Palmer, there's a familiar place. Andrew Palmer. Where were you? Andrew Palmer for negative 10. Your bike videos got me on 2 wheels, 42,000 miles later on my Ninja, and I got a street triple. Dude, I never rode a street triple. How is that? That's an amazing motorcycle. Triples, I don't know if I even rode a triple. Aeropunk says, I'm local to the area, so you're checking in Friday. I do fellow mounted the Birdman himself. What's your thought on the 2007 Honda CRV? I think all CRVs are great. Peter Grasso with an amazing $123.45. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Man. Peter Grasso. That is unreal. Thank you. Thank you. Chipper says, what keyboard am I using? I am using a Leopold mechanical keyboard in wonderful IKEA colors. This is an amazing keyboard. I recommend them. They feel amazing, and it's held up. Make some OnlyFans content. Hey, it is a pool con. I'll shave. Dude, I will shave my entire body. if you make enough money to put me in priority, I will shave my entire body. Town poem for 5. Town poem, -5. I just bought a pink 1993 convertible Geo Metro a few weeks ago, and I can't stop smiling and drives it. They got Frontier and Spirit, but I would fly a major airline because I'd be taking a fursuit with me. Friends don't let friends fly Frontier. EDY -10 says, can you do the Honda Prologue mono voice? You mean mono? What do you mean by mono voice? Do you just mean a broadcast voice? Like, or and now your local weather, accurate and dependable from the Weather Channel. Tonight on Honda Prologue, there is me cuddling you and not being embarrassed by your boner. Chance of boners, 50%. Coming your way, west-northwest at 5 miles an hour. And now, your local weather for Orlando, Florida. The temperature is balls. You will feel nothing but balls. And now your local weather for St. Augustine. The local weather in St. Augustine, Florida is irreplaceable and unending because this is a school field trip. All schools in Florida will take you to St. Augustine and make you care about history. Is that the Honda Prologue mono voice? I hope it is, Eddie. Where were we? Eddie. Kip Cat, I recognize you. Kip Cat says, I just got off work to see what this is about. YOLO, I'll have you fund this trip. Okay, that is -20. Scott again? No, that the big one before was Peter Grasco, this huge guy. Scott, Buchle, with an amazing C note there, unreal. Riley has no question. Riley is -10. Kirill Black with -5. I guess this is just adding it up. How accurate am I versus how accurate is... I'm going to do an audit here. On YouTube, it says $608.71. And my tally is $559.19. So a difference of $40. So literally, I mean, I guess I could do this again tomorrow and see if it actually goes through. Why not keep it hairy? It's a Butters keyboard. Yeah, it looks like bird flying to Orlando. I mean, I guess we're under halfway there. Oh, right, because I am tallying behind. That's why. SKSHONK for 499 or negative 499. Someone just named O. Okay, what did Skunk say? From a 2003 Mazda 2 driver with love. Well, thank you. O says, I own two 850s. 850s? You have two BMW 850s because of channel, including the Holy Grail manual level T5R. Are you telling me that you own a manual transmission BMW 850, or are you talking about a Volvo 850? They could be two different things. That is O for -5. I gotta just tell some people, are you watching what is going on my YouTube? People are donating. George W. Jorts with Canadian, okay, a Canadian $13. I don't, Just for safety, I am not putting that in my spreadsheet because I don't know how to do the conversion off the top of my head. I don't know what the conversion rate is at this exact moment. So Casey Clowney again, Casey Clowney for negative 4.99 says technically everybody, if everybody here donates $10, we'd be done and have an Orlando native, so I don't need a hotel. Interesting. Oh, okay. Well, thank you for that. Riley again, R-I-L-E-Y, says, hey, I've been watching RCR for 10 years, and I hope one day you get to review an R230 Mercedes. Wish you could do my SL55, but I'm in Texas. Sucks, but I love them. Hope you make it to the con. Well, thank you. I mean, wow, we got a whole nother day to do this. Casey Clowney says, also call me Tux. Are you Tux, the guy I know? Chris Thompson says, what are your thoughts on putting a Grand National motor in a 71 Opel GT? I mean, if you found one and do it, fucking do it, man. That's awesome. A Cronus with Canadian $25. I don't know what that is in the United States. Maybe YouTube will do the conversion. 09 Dakota driver, I should be saving up for something better, but I'm enjoying your content for years, so you deserve it. Enjoy the content. Well, thank you, man. I appreciate that. Sorry that I can't do the Canadian to American dollars off the top of my head. Danny says, I bought a $400 car and found out it's $800 in fees after what $100 of work and a $340. What should I do? Oh shit, man. I don't know, man. It's not, that puts you below scrap price. That is really rough. I don't know what you should do. Jasper with $4.99 says, for Excel lessons, I missed my Gen 1 FC1. Cool. Tyson Johnson says, looking to get a Rebel 250 for my first bike next May. Loads of them for sale, secondhand, about $1,500 Canadian. That's a good price. Any chance you can give me some advice regarding the Rebel 250? Cheers from Ontario. Those is one of the best engines ever made. The only really sort of maintenance thing you have to do is clean the oil screen. But if that thing, if the oil was changed every 1,000 miles, so I guess 2,000 kilometers. Because the original Rebels don't have oil filters. You just change the oil. It just gets dirty and you change it. The US bikes, we were told to change the oil every 1,000 miles. I think it only took like 1.5 quarts of oil, so whatever. And it just took the regular stuff. I mean, it had to be motorcycle oil because it has a wet clutch, but you just changed the oil and there was no oil filter. So as long as the front forks aren't leaking, and the single brake line for the single hydraulic disc are fine. There's nothing really to those engines. You don't have to sink the carbs because it's one carburetor feeds 2 cylinders. They're great bikes, man. They're very utilitarian. How much are the tickets? The tickets is $600, maybe. So, I didn't factor in the price for what YouTube takes. My goal is $1,275, but that's what I need for the convention. So I forget how much YouTube takes. So maybe in YouTube you'd have to make more than that to get it back. Maybe some better YouTuber. Fireflies Ultimate says, you are smart targeting the bird fan audience. We have a tech worker income and poor in call us control. All right, thank you, man, Fire. Says negative 4.99. Bricks never die. Like flipping bricks for Monza Musa before you became a Type 1 civilization. Clash Fox says, what are your opinions on the Royal Enfield motorcycles? I have opinions. KLAS Clash Fox for negative 5. Will you review subscriber clubs? I will do videos of cars at where is Megaplex? Oh shit, furry are paying me right now to go to Megaplex on Friday. Is this happening? So where is Megaplex? Oh shit, I gotta put power to this phone. Hold on. This phone needs juice. This phone needs power, and I need... Hold on, guys. I need a very long phone cord. I need a long phone cord, and I think there's one in downstairs. It's 11 o'clock. Is there one down here? No, there isn't one down here. Where is a long phone cord? Is there one down here? There's not one down here. I just had one. Sorry that it's dark. All right, I got plenty of outlets. Was there one on the floor? No, there's not one on the floor. Unless I gave my lightning cable to somebody. I think there might be one in the guest bedroom. Yeah, there's one. Okay, got one of these. And, there we go, there's one. So, all right, we got the power cable. You just got to be over here right now. And then a little bit of power here. This is a cool one because it's a right angle one. Give the phone some power here. Plug it in right there. Okay. Phone's getting some of that good. Thank you for bearing with me for that. I'm gonna bring the phone right up. Actually, no, wait, that's right. I don't need to look at the phone because I got you guys right here. Thank you for bearing with me as I went throughout the house. So our last person I talked to was Kalash. Well, that was Dakota Driver. I scrolled up too much. Where's Kalash? Hamlord, that was Andrew Palmer. There was Kalash Fox. So there we were. This next one was Andrew Palmer again. Andrew Palmer for $5. You did the 675 Daytona a long time ago. So British, yeah. I have a 2024 RS. That's a Daytona RS. It's been a dream. If you're in the San Francisco Bay Area, come out for a ride. I'd love to, man. I gotta send that Ducati back to its original, back to the owner. The winner of the Ducati, I think, is in Illinois. I gotta give him a shout out soon. Thank you for that. Andrew Palmer. Yeah, that was -5. Ham Lord says, been watching for 7 years. Loved every second. Let me know if you want to review a 2023 Ford Expedition. Nick did one for Race to the Bottom, and he tried to hate it. Does Finance Bird have an official name? Yes, the name of the suit is called Remote. And I think I have a badge right here in this box. Oh, I have a few of them. Yeah. Oh, it's backwards. There it is. That's the suit's name, and this is a little 3D printed badge from a friend of mine. So if we really do this, if we raise like enough money, or if you guys literally pay me, you'll be seeing this on Friday. Finance name, but I will also go by Finance Bird. So that was Ham Lord. Ham Lord for -5. JW says, best wishes RCR, fulfilled my Panther body dreams with a Grand Marquis. Great choice. Last month. But an Executive L or Lexus LS430 is probably the next step. LS430. LS430. You will love the crap out of that. Radlad says, what was the important question? Sorry for delaying to get to that. The important question is it appropriate for me to do a marathon live stream to pay for a flight and a hotel to Orlando on Friday? Today's Wednesday night. And the reaction from the chat has been, yes, we will pay Mr. Regular or Remote to go to Florida, to go to Orlando, to go to a convention, to create content there that we want to see. Because I had not budgeted for this for the rest of the year. But since you're proving this, then I think this has a real possibility of happening. So where were we? That was JW. That was JW. I'm writing these down. JW for -5. Because that was Ham Lord. Okay. Thank you so much. I thought about making a Flamingo original OC. Look at Chai Morning. That's a very good Flamingo OC. No McLean looks like a real dad. Lightning, we on an iPhone 12? No. You're watching me on an iPhone 11. That's how old I keep my tech. You know the head cam when I'm driving? That's a Hero. That's a Hero 6, I think. Not that I don't have new stuff. I have the Osmo 3, I have a drone and a bunch of stuff, but dude, the iPhone 11 is awesome. It's like, it keeps on trucking. I'll get a new phone eventually, man, but. Philip says, I'm in Orlando right now. What's going on? The festival Megaplex at some resort. YouTube is cucking me and preventing me from donating. Ah, okay. Ringo Yote, -10. I have a 2006 Volvo S80, and I agree with everyone who says Volvo in the 2000s is bad. Whenever the air temperature gets to 89 degrees Fahrenheit or higher, fuel pressure goes away and then throttle install. That doesn't sound normal, dude. Casey Clowney says, how much for the remote toy thing? What toy thing? You mean my badge? Is that what you're asking? Orange Dino says, I saw your interview with Astra. It must have been awesome. Yeah, he was a cool dude. He was definitely working hard at FWA. I mean, I hope to see him there. Matto says, you should get a badge that says, hi, my name is Finance Bird. Really, because that's what people know my character for. And like when I was just at Philadelphia, people would come up and not really know me as Brian or Mr. Regular or even the character's name Remote. They would say, are you the bird who wants me to not be poor? Or are you the bird who wants me to be rich? And I said, yeah, I'm him. The Enderman, and that is -5, says, I'm a student at WCU, so I'm near the Philly area. Come review a 1995 Buick LeSabre. I built a lot of it myself. Did we do a LeSabre, or did we do one from the 2000s? A 95 one? You might want to, okay, the Enderman. You may want to send an email to regularcars@gmail.com and let me know you have a 95 Buick LeSabre and see if we did one of those already, because I love stuff from the 90s. Linkle Productions. -2. Would you ever do a video on an RD1 CRV? So it's a Gen 1 CRV. Yeah, if I can get my hands on one in manual, because they did make them in manual, I would love to drive something like that. Merida Wright says, better grab a flight fast. I mean, Philly flies, yes, I'll have to. I don't care if I'm middle fucking seat, if you guys get me down there. Would you ever do a video on an RD1 CRV? If I could get one in manual. So yeah. Guido Aklanda says, do you have any plans to come over to Japan? No. Not at this time, no. Desmond for 1999. Oh wait, forgot to make that a negative figure. Says, it's so nice to see you creeping closer to 1 million subscribers. Yeah, it does feel good. It's a long time coming, sure is. And more than well deserves. If you ever come to Los Angeles, you can review my Hyundai Neko. I have no idea what that is. Is that something that, because for everybody else watching, California tends to get pre-production stuff or limited edition stuff that the rest of the United States doesn't. So that may be something that our friend Desmond gets there. I'm not sure. Who's next? Ringo Yote again. Ringo Yote says, and that is -5. Are you ever going to be interested in doing auto racing events like NASCAR at Pocono? I am a very poor racing driver, as I found out. I'd love to try autocross. That sounds like something I could definitely do. So I am interested in doing auto racing events, but wheel-to-wheel stuff, I don't know. I don't think I would trust myself to do wheel-to-wheel racing. And I'm not really interested in the NASCAR experience. No, I would rather drive, we're talking about a 95 Buick LeSabre, I would rather drive some old boat around a racetrack and watch it lean and, or even take the hubcaps off a Crazy Taxi and just whip that bitch around a track. That's what I want to do. I have a hard time taking racing seriously. I take skiing seriously, not racing. Fireflies Ultimate, that is -499. Says this is for that person getting denied by Google. Get in the chair. What does get in the chair mean? I'm not quite certain. But whatever it is, thank you. Matto says, I want an RD1. There are heaps in Australia. We're talking about motorcycles again. Linkle Productions again. Linkle Productions for -2. Says, I have an automatic 2001 SC auto with leather seats, but didn't say what type of car. I'm assuming Nissan. Or are we talking about Buick LeSabres? Someone says drive to Japan. Adelaide, parentheses, Adelaide. For -10. Says, I've been watching your stuff since you had about 4 videos. I'm not a car guy, but I always liked your insight and views. Love to see you living your best life now. I appreciate that, man. That makes me feel happy. Thank you, man. Why didn't I come to Anthrocon 2025? I had to film stuff. I had to film stuff from RCR. And also, if I do Anthrocon again, for me to do that, I would have to get in with a room with a bunch of other people, me having a room to myself. Anthrocon is so expensive. Like, Anthracon, driving to Anthracon is still more expensive than what we're trying to accomplish here, getting enough for a plane ticket and hotel at Megaplex. If I do Anthracon again, I'd have to be rooming with at least 4 people, because those hotels just surge price for Anthracon. They want like $400 a night. I don't know if AC's worth it anymore. It's so big. In the same way as, you know, Midwest Fur Fest. These things are pretty much Coachella now. It's my opinion. Silk Drip Milk Drop says, have you driven a Mark 7 yet? No, I want to. Mark 5 or Mark 8. Well, technically, if we're talking about the Ford Marks, technically I did, because I drove the Ford Thunderbird retro one. That is a Lincoln Mark 8 underneath. Excuse me, Silk Drip, not a Silk Mark. That is -5. Andrew Palmer again. Andrew Palmer. And that is -5. Might also be acquiring a 1999 Infiniti Q45 with 90,000 miles this week. Hope your trip goes well. Thanks again. I'm interested in that. Regularcarreviews@gmail.com. That's how you get in touch with me. Thank you. What was this, 1999? Oh yeah, that was that. Technic with 99 cents. No, that is 0.99. I definitely need, Matthew, thank you, Matthew. I definitely need another beverage. And also reflect this. Someone in Bean says, I want you so bad. Someone else says, do it. Yeah, this is wild. 728 minus the fees. I'm sending this to Asma. Anyway, sorry. You're going to come with me to get another beverage, but first, where were we? George Reyes. Doesn't have a question, but thank you for the $1. Excuse me, -1. Again, Tenno again says, that's not my name. Can you review my wife? What would I say? Here comes the old bone bag, aka the wife. Oh, more coming in. My drink will have to wait. Will $5 get me a 45-second first impression reactions from you at the Marto Ranchero? It totally would, says Atomic. I'm gonna owe a lot of people a lot if this actually works. The Enderman again says, look at Joseph Welk's dono, he's begging. What do you mean? Joseph Welk says, given all he has, who gave more than usual for the rest of us in a very biblical way. That is -2 for them. On to Connor Kirk with -15. Connor Kirk says, I take skiing seriously. My man, I do too. I even ski telemark. Props to you, man, for even doing that. Never attempted to do that, which is, asking your skis to turn sideways and then turn backwards. Dude, I want my bindings on the front and the rear of my boots. I don't know how you do it, just fronts. Which is pretty much makes me a rotary guy of the skiing world. I only obsess over free heels instead of triangles. Dude, I was at Blue Mountain Ski Area at the top of Challenge, which is a double black. I mean, I know it's an East Coast double black, but, grant us that. And I watched two telemark guys go down the main double black slope, telemarking it, which is, they're like, to me, it's like they're running. What the hell is this? And they went down. Whoa, dude, stop. For -499. Oh, I don't need navigator. We got to go back to here. Tab just crashed. So I need to go back and get my YouTube going again. Just closing it here. There it is, closing it, scrolling down. Closing it here. Oh, we got feedback. There it is. So where were we? The last one was Whoa Dude Stop. Yeah. It says, what do you think of the Mazda MX-3? Have you ever thought about reviewing one? I love to get my hands on one. I mean, my favorite car is one I've never driven before. I may or may not own a 1993 Mazda MX-3. Are you live in the Philly area? Yeah. Someone says the Welks Dono is at the top. The Welks Dono is at the top. Enderman, rather. Enderman. Did I miss one? Stupid question. Ever thought about April Fool's video and review a Bugatti? But it's like a Lego car, a Hot Wheels, something. Yeah, I thought about that. As long as it didn't fall on an actual Monday, says KC Clown. Just gonna change it to that, which is -999. Aliite again says, get your drink, stop making us wait. Okay. -10. Okay. I think my phone has suckled a bit from the teat of the power strip. Oh yeah, it's fine. Okay, guys. Brian gets another drink. There's that. Okay, welcome down to the furry basement bar. You know what? I don't feel like another martini. I think I have one tonic left, so we may be going back upstairs. Sorry, we're up in the kitchen at the moment. And, sorry, that's dark in here. Yes, there is lime juice. So I got lime juice. We're going in the basement. Welcome to this, and what we're going to make down here. Don't worry, we'll get back to the questions. Thank you very much. What we're going to make for the rest of part of this stream that I wasn't planning on doing is, this is just a chaser. Oh no, wait, I need ice, don't I? We need ice. I don't have ice down here. I should, I got a freezer, but I need ice. And we also need a glass. Didn't even think that through. Sorry, thank you for your patience. Normally when there's parties down here, I make ice a couple days ahead of time. And then we've got plenty to choose from. Man, it's 11:28 p.m. Sorry for the darkness. Let me end that. There we go. I often think about Barley the Burr and how much he was able to accomplish with such a simple kitchen. He is an open invite to film stuff in my kitchen. Of course, he lives in like, where does Barley live? He lives in like, he lives in, I think, Boston. Is that right? Anyway, we need ice. Don't worry, I'll get back to the questions. This is just me making myself a beverage so I can continue to stream. This is also me savagely eating out of the rice cooker. Sausage. Plastic. That's clean. Hang on, guys. This'll do. Right. Sausage. Right. Sausage. My mouth is full. Enough. All right. Thank you for your patience. We're going back down in the basement. Welcome back to the basement. All right. So, this was a lot of work just for a simple G&T. But we get lime juice. Now, we will combine we got our tonic water, and we have our gin. We will combine our powers into Brian staying awake a little while longer. Cool. I have my gin in the Dan Aykroyd skull bottle. It goes back right there. Thank you for bearing with me for this longest time. Close everything off down here because there's no party going on down right now. Oh, it's a good G&T. Back to my office. Okay. I appreciate your patience. Thank you so much. Where were we? So we got the April Fool's video. That was Adelaide. So next is Christopher A. for -10. Hi, Mr. Regular. Was amazing to meet you at Philadelphia. I heard Tommy Fenstermacher busted in his hotel air conditioner and caused the fire alarm on Saturday. That's a good one. I heard Tommy Fenstermacher busted in the hotel AC and that set off the alarm. Inside people know. I will have to say that at staffing that convention, I was amazed by how well the attendees of Philadelphia immediately exited the hotel. No freakouts. 10 minutes later, in they come again. No big deal. Just another furry convention, just another alarm going off. They were well used to it, and I appreciate that. Noodles with MSG. Noodles MSG. And that is -5. Enjoy the con. Please review and roast your rental car, please. I think there's free transportation to get from the hotel, to get from MCO to the hotel. Worst case, there's Uber. Thank you. Where were we? So that was Noodles MSG, which would mean the next person is Slant. Slant for -1.99. What is the white whale of RCR currently? It is a real Dodge Neon ACR. That's what it is. The one that was made just for racing. Best engine, best transmission, windy windows, bare bones, everything else. That's it right now. The one I'm searching for. We got close to with a Highline, but there were only 1,200 made. So that's the one. Will RCR ever do the Dodge Magnum? I'd love to. Oh, wait. This phone needs juice. There you go. George Reyes, -2, says 8th gen Hilux or 6th generation Triton. I'd love to do a Hilux, just to say we did one, even though technically my 4Runner is that's a Hilux Surf, right? Or 6th gen Triton. I'd rather do the Hilux, yeah. These are all the people. Okay, now I'm reading the reviews and responses when I was down in the dungeon. What is my drink of choice? Gin martinis with olives. 3 of them, please. That's what it is. Save the drinks for Megaplex, says Kit. No. Emily Farrow with Emily. Thank you, Emily. -15. It says, I got a 2008 Honda Fit 5MT for just $1,300 by your recommendation. That is great. That is great. It's a lot of fun to drive, but was missing 5th gear. Ooh. And had to track down 2 gearboxes just to get it going. I appreciate your dedication. Young Fuji says, I still have the RCR key tag that says track day, bro. I ordered that in 2016. Respect. You know, the manager of my favorite coffee shop also has an RCR key tag. I'm leaving money on the table by not making more of them. I think we can get away with shag carpet, finally do shag carpet rules. RCR Babish when, yeah. My friend Kay got me the Labatt sign. 10-0 again with -1.99. Says, Reg, should I booby trap my ex-wife's car and how? Dude, all you gotta do to booby trap someone's car is just pull one of the spark plug wires off. That's all you gotta do. Make it run like, see, it'll run, but it'll run like dog shit. And then they start freaking out and they're like, let me fix this, and then boop, put it back together. You didn't hear me say that. Chris says, just heat up a factor meal. Would you believe I ate all my factor meals at Philadelphia? That's how I ate most of them. Factor meals, like, okay, because, you know, they've been good to us after all the furry stuff and after all the jokes and stuff. Factor still is like, yeah, what, fuck it. Yeah, whatever. They still do it. But factor meals make me fart a lot. Hot says, are you a top or a bottom? I just want to hug and cuddle you and then bust by my own hand. That's what I want. That's what I want. I believe I am past the age of bottom moaning and topping rage. I find that just surviving is a noble fight. Graham Timmis, Graeme, that is -5, says, a fellow homo that drives a stick shift 2024 CT4 Blackwing, thinking of getting a vanity plate. I'm very against vanity plates in general. Now, maybe this is just me not being able to get over my own perspectives, but I feel that vanity plates impress no one but other vanity plate owners. I think it makes your car a little bit too, it takes away from the rear art of your car. People ignore just regular license plates with the random numbers. A vanity plate distracts from the beauty of a car's ass, in my opinion. Varg says, what's the RCR take on KTM? Oh, my friend Drain has a KTM. I have an ADV 890R that I really want to ride across America to cure my alcoholism while listening to every Come Town episode. Hell yeah, dude. Dude, Adam smokes mids. You know what the funny thing is? I lifted Adam Friedland. I mean, Nick Mullen and Adam Friedland and I are vague acquaintances. More so Nick, because Nick knows about cars. I mean, I have Nick's... Nick and I have texted back and forth a few times. You know, he's really busy, I'm busy, but... There was this, Adam Friedland is like 6'1". He's a tall guy, but he's like 150 pounds. Dude, I'm like walking around. I'm walking around with Adam Friedland in my arms. He's a light man. You can toss him. I don't have any pictures, but I have this old picture on my old computer with Nick Roman, myself, and Adam just walking around Manhattan for a little bit. It's a funny video. As much as people like to bust on Adam Friedland, if you meet him in real life, he is one of the funniest people you'll ever meet, like all the time. He's an amazing person, and he deserves all the success he's having with the Adam Friedland Show. Anyway, sorry for the name dropping. Joseph Welk says, this is where I'd put my recognition of my donation if I had one. Where were we? So that was Graham. So the next one is Varg. Says, what is the RCR take? Oh, that was Varg again. Let me just log you. Varg was -499. What's the RCR take on KTM? So anyway, my take on KTM. It's a more expensive Honda. I've ridden my buddy Drain's KTM 400. And then I rode Ben Wright's Honda CBR 500. Honda's better. Revs higher, more power, more sophisticated. The KTM has a little bit of character. It's an oddball bike. So if you want something, if you like riding something that's a little weird, then get the KTM. But if you just want a solid bike, get the Honda. But if you don't care about being weird, if you have to be weird and do everything, then get the KTM. Alianti again, hello, let me log you. That is -10. Thank you for being so generous. Here's some more money. Thank you. I'm going to make a gimlet. Good choice. Good choice. You're being a terrible influence on me. Dude, alcohol. What is it? What is it? Our man in Philly, Benjamin Franklin said, beer is proof that God loves us and wants to be happy. And you know, liquor. Also, thoughts on Infinite Jest. Nick Roman has read it. Honestly, I haven't. I have never read any David Foster Wallace. That's Infinite Jest, right? Dude, I'm more of an American modernist. And by that I mean American realist. That is what gets my dick hard. Honest Abe, no question. But it's just one. What are we up to? Casey Clowney, good question, Casey. For -4.99. Any tips for a first-time solo con attendee? Go to panels. Walk into a panel not even knowing what it is. That's how you meet people. If you just go hang out in the lobby and don't talk to anybody, you're gonna have a bad time. That's what the panels are for. If you're at a furry convention for the first time and you don't know anybody, you're there solo, go to panels. Go to panels. Everybody else at panels wants to meet you. Go to panels, introduce yourself. That's the secret. Thank you, Casey, and thank you for your donations. I appreciate it. Aldeante says, give me some book suggestions. I'm running out currently. Watch me pick this up directly from this. Now, this is a nonfiction book, but it helps you understand books. I'm literally holding up what helps me write RCR. This is written by Christopher Butler. This is a very short introduction to postmodernism and helps me stay sharp. You think I'm joking? It's literally right here on my desk as I edit, and I need to reference it from time to time. One of the best purchases I've ever made. I mean, I could do a postmodernist lesson with you just going off of this. How we talk about symbols and meaning and everything. Because to me, it's the most important part of Western thought as we come out of the Second World War. Even though some people say postmodernism started before the ignition of the atomic bomb, I say it is the atomic bomb itself. Meaning completely ends if human civilization can end. Are you coming to Fernal Equinox in Toronto this year? Smile. I am not budgeted to. Truth be told, I am budgeted for one convention so far this year, one travel, and that's Pittsburgh. That's Western PA Furry Weekend, which is a very car-centric thing. That requires myself and my buddy Kay to do a electric radiator fan swap on Crazy Taxi and new fan belts to get that thing ready to get stuck in traffic, and then that thing will be golden. Slant, hello Slant, let me log you. Slant says, on behalf of Patreon members, will regular friends, yes, regular friends will return. It's convention season, so all my friends are all around the place, but regular friends will return. Um, Delvoid, hello Delvoid, Delvoid, with -10. I drive a cream 2019 Mini Clubman S. I affectionately call Lumen after Severance. Here's $10 so I may hear a brutally honest opinion about those things or a rush. Love your videos. Why are you driving a Mini Clubman? Just buy a Honda Fit. Is it worth that much to be stylish? Really? I get it, the manual transmissions are good, but Honda is better. Come on, man. Drive that car until it falls apart by a used Honda Fit. But thank you so much, man. I appreciate it. Philly Pax 5. Let me write that down. -5. Hunter says, I bought 5 foam bricks from Philadelphia. Now what I do with it? Also, New York Furry Ball. Of course, New York Furry Ball is a given. New York Furry Ball. I love New York Furry Ball. And also Roxy, who did the EFI swap on Crazy Taxi, is our guest of honor for NYFB. So yes, I will be going to NYFB, yes. But what do you mean foam bricks? Foam bricks of what? Like literally for making costumes or for a Pelican case? What? Songku says Honda Fit Club represent. You know what? I miss my Honda Fit. I kind of don't. Like, I like a nice, supportive lumbar supporting seat. I'm at that age where a nice car seat matters to me in a way it didn't before. So, original, that's a good question about the Slate truck. Okay, let's do a tally here just for a second. We haven't crossed the $1,000 barrier yet. Like the goal is 1,200 and what? Let me check my schedule here. 1,275, but I haven't counted YouTube's take yet, so it's probably closer to 2. But if we got to 8 now, and we may have to do this tomorrow. In fact, I know we're gonna have to do this tomorrow. But I'm glad I made this spreadsheet here. Let's do a tally from my end, and we'll get a goal here. So basic funding is another $460.94 to go to get regular car reviews to go to Megaplex. So for people who are just joining us, and there are 195 people watching this, fans have requested that I go to Orlando on Friday for the Megaplex show. I want to go, but I wasn't budgeted for it. And because I'm finance bird, every dollar I make has a strict job. So I asked people if it's appropriate for me to marathon live stream and solicit donations to pay for a plane ticket and hotel at this resort in Orlando on Friday, which means buying a last-minute plane ticket out of Philly to Orlando and this hotel. And my first question to people as this stream began was, is this good optics? I'm a successful YouTuber. Should I be doing this? And what happened at the very beginning of this stream is instantly people started donating. without me ever getting an answer. So I guess that's the answer. I am an entertainer, and I am at the beck and call of people who are fans of my very strange humor. So thank you so much. Hunter says, screw it, last minute madness is bed minute madness. I'll give you a lift in the rental when you go to Megaplex. Oh, really, says Hunter. What, you want to give me a ride from MCO? And because I'm like down with all the airline crew, I call airlines by their call sign. Don Mohab. And also, let me take the phone here for a second. What you see here on my computer is what I'm reading, what you're typing, and over here is a spreadsheet keeping track of everybody who donated, so I can keep track of all this. So that's what you see on my end. How's my phone doing? Warm, but not hot. Okay. Don Mohav, -10, says, do you think Toyota's direction of hydrogen is a good move? That is an excellent question. So, Toyota has avoided doing EVs. For one, they don't have to. People are going to buy Toyotas anyway. Why do we need to make EVs to satisfy what is maybe 10% of the market? What they wanted is hydrogen fuel cell technology, because in theory, you can refill the car in 10 minutes as opposed to 45 in EVs. The problem with hydrogen engines, as Matt Farah discovered, is, say this is a hydrogen tank of compressed hydrogen. It is pumped into what is almost like a surge tank, a higher pressure tank, which is much smaller than the main tank that's, say, underground. It has to be pressurized to a higher PSI than the vehicle's high pressure fuel tank. Let's make this easy and do round numbers. Let's say the PSI in the car's hydrogen tank is 100 PSI. That means the pressure in the surge tank, not the holding tank, the surge tank at the pump has to be something like 200 PSI or 300 PSI. Because you can't just fill one gas from one tank to another unless one is much higher to force all of it in. And you're not going to pressurize a gigantic holding tank to something like 1,000 PSI or something stupid like that. You're going to pump it into the smaller tank. The problem is, it takes time to pump up the surge tank to get it to a high enough PSI to fill up your car. So if you're the first car rolling up to a hydrogen filling station, great. Your car fills up at 10 minutes. But the next car right behind you has to wait for a little pump to pump up the surge tank to be ready for you, and you could be there for an hour to take a tank from 0 to 100 psi, and we're talking about a tank the size of a see, you and I already know what like a mini propane tank is, but you know, they're not as big as the ones on the side of a house, but we're talking about something about the size of, I said phone booth, but no one uses phone booths anymore. Something the size of a small man. Takes a while. I hope that was a good answer for you. Where were we? So that was Don. So let's go up and find Don. That was Don. Good answer, Don. AD is our next person, logging it. Negative 4.99. Don says Integra Type S for a non-boring daily driver or Honda Passport Trail Sport for practicality. I own a, oh shit. You own a 2016 Mazda ND with 100,000 miles, donating for your question. Well, thank you, ND. The problem is you have one of the best cars ever made. You have an ND. I mean, I get you Integra Type S, better shifter a little bit. Both of those cars will disappoint you. But the Integra Type S will disappoint you less. Shout out to my friend Tim Strickler. Yeah, Integra. That's it. Integra. That's the car. Thank you for your donation. Cobra, logging you here. -5. I get a kick out of your videos because I imagine you as an English professor when you narrate, using that English degree. Thank you. I mean, I have the qualifications to be at least an associate or adjunct professor at most state schools. Nick Roman as well. I hold a master's degree in English literature and a minor in public relations. And before RCR, I think I'm like 20 credits away. There's one school in the Pennsylvania state system of higher education that will offer a PhD in rhetoric and composition. So I could become Dr. Regular within a year, within maybe 2 to 3 years, if I choose to, at Indiana University of Pennsylvania. But that means I need to move to the western part of Pennsylvania where everything's Midwest and But I like being a YouTuber. But I could get my PhD and be a full-time professor, so yes. And that was Cobra. So the next person is Will. Logging you, Will, for $4.99, and I accidentally dad clicked. Thank you very much. -4.99. Will says, what do you think about Edison Motors situation? Meaning they're not allowed to go outside for their generator, kind of backwards from the US. You know, you pulled from something that I'm unfamiliar with. Edison Motors. Is this a EV startup, kind of like Enyo? You know, honestly, I have more faith in BYD than any of these weird Silicon Valley tech startups for a new upset like revolutionary EV. Edison Motors. Who cares about Thomas Edison? He stole from a lot of people. And I agree with you, kind of backwards from the US. Raymond Malone says, doing any reviews in Orlando. If the chat pays me to, if we reach the goal and the chat pays me to go to Orlando, we will do RCR car reviews. We'll review the parking lot at a furry convention. People have been dying for that. And we'll do it with Slate if he's there, if he's watching. I'm texting Slate right now. And that was 11:51 p.m., so that was 10 minutes ago. Slate says, hello, internet. Hello, Slate. Hello, Mike. Is it okay to use regular names? See, the way I see it is, okay, so people who are on furries, most people, and it's like Appalachian thru hikers, people go by their trail name when they're on the trail, and sometimes afterwards, people in the fandom, when they're at the conventions, they go by their furry name, not the real name. It's kind of like professional wrestling. But for me, if we hang out enough, I'm just using your regular name because it's easier for me. So that was Will was the last one. James. Hello from KOP. Hey. Hello, King of Prussia. I didn't even know there's residences in King of Prussia. I thought it was just, oh wait, there's condos there. Are you living in a condo, James? Or are you living in a Connex container behind REI? Just kidding, I love REI because it's the only place I can buy shoes that my wide feet fit. Hunter with a generous donation. With a generous donation of $49.99 saying, fuck it, we ball. I just got the text from my Audi tech that my 2005 Audi S4, love that car, is unsalvageable and will be stripped for parts. So there you go. 07 to my loud basting, plie, turnpike ripping, Kutztown hating Audi. I'm so sorry, man. Thank you for donating to this crazy experiment. What are we up to? Oh shit, man. $959.66. I wonder it's 2:05 in the morning. I mean, I don't know if I can stay up all night. Brian, you got to think, don't you? Which is better? Stay on this tip now while people are awake, or go to bed and try to stream tomorrow in the middle of the day. Because if this actually works, if the chat really does donate enough to get RCR to go to Megaplex, then is tonight the last night when Slate can give me his room, or am I going up to someone else? Your room is tomorrow. I may not be able to crowdfund enough tonight. I may have to stream tomorrow. Will you get hit with a fee if I delay until tomorrow? When Hunter was the last one, scrolling down. Philip, logging you, Philip. For 5. Here's a pittance. Thank you, every little bit helps. Still driving the 2013 Fiat 500 Sport, whose owner's manual you signed at the meetup in 2019. I respect that. Getting my money's worth at 120,000 miles. I am happy that your Fiat 500 lasted that long. God bless, man. God bless. Was that the last one? No, you want RCR, you missed my last question, said Phil. Okay. Oh, no, wait, I just didn't get to you, Phil, yet. M.2 with negative 699. Nice. Love your videos. Love you too, bro. Love you, man. Thank you for helping regular car reviews have a job. I really appreciate it. Paseo, man. Love that car. For negative 5. How do you get over the want for a different car each year? Man, preaching to the choir these days. By the way, chat, my Honda today is for sale for $6,000, $969.69. I didn't put it on Bring a Trailer. I kind of wanted to go to someone local or at least an RCR fan, knowing it went to the right person. If I have to put it on Cars and Bids, or no, I do it on Cars and Bids. If I have to do it on Cars and Bids as well, it's a car I bought on a whim and I will sell it on a whim. But if you want my car and want it on the sneak tip, you know, it's for sale. My little Honda K car. Anyway, I got it. Dude, I got that car up to a top speed of 78 miles an hour with 649 cc's of displacement. It was a little bit wild doing that, but it could do it. The whole thing was screaming its head off, but dude, it's a Honda. She's built, it's a Honda, built Honda tough. Anyway, I'm sorry. Would you ever choose a different car each year? Dude, that's the car guy dream, isn't it? Driving a different car. What's your opinion? What would you choose? I have an S2000, but one an ISF. Oh, S2000 every single day. S2000. Dude, hearing that little engine sing, an ISF is good. It's good. S2000 is better. Will Hunton. Will. Logging you, Will. Thank you very much for $4.99. It's a Canadian hybrid truck startup for high. Oh, it's okay. Thank you for telling me about that EV thing. Like for logging heavy duty trucks, diesel generator hooked up to charge and power batteries. Oh, so it's like a train. That makes sense without me knowing anything about it. I mean, it sounds like a diesel electric train. Yeah, you get instant torque and fine. Philly Pax X. That is generous. No, that is 2. Mr. RCR, you missed my last question. So that's Phil, and that was my last 5 one. Did I get that right? I hope I did. I know I'm catching up to all these questions. CRJ Life. CRJ Life. For essentially 20. What do my motorcycles say about me? Moto Guzzi V85, okay. Moto Guzzi. Here I am. I drive a Moto Guzzi. I have come to have sex with your wife. V85 Harley Davidson Street Bob. Stand for the kneel for the cross, stand for the flag. I have no opinions but what think tanks have provided for me. Yamaha TW200. Oh, please, Daddy, can I go farther? Oh, please, Daddy. Oh, lift me up by my taint, Daddy. I drive a TW200. I have big chunky tires and ooh-woo. I cannot go fast, ooh-woo. I love your channel so much. Thank you, CRJ. Hey, it's Charles Putt at 12:05 p.m. Hey, man, how you doing? How's Orgsburg? I am gone, baby, gone. And I think that was it. CRJ life was okay. So we're caught up, not the taint lift. Yeah. Just checking Blue Sky for a minute. No one really responding to that. Oh, that was that. A lot of people liking my post where I said, on Blue Sky that is, that said, unrelated, it's finally cold enough that I can sleep with the windows open and use my weighted blanket. Denver weekend, let's go. Hey, guess what, Denver? Philly just surpassed you in attendance. Go Birds. Also, Cobra, let me log you here. Nice hat. This hat was given to me by Twitch streamer Chai Morning, and it says world's fastest comer. Thank you. Let me just check my Telegram to see if anybody... there's another guy with a room that says, what's the share? We are at an astonishingly $985. Oh, is it $999? Okay. Woo! Whoa, dude, stop. For $5, or rather, -5. Says, I suppose I can spare another $5 from one of my favorite creators. Are there any car brands you generally think will go out of business in the next 10 years? Chrysler. Jeep, and this is my prediction. Jeep and Dodge will live on. I don't think the name Chrysler means anything. I think it will be bought by various holding companies in the same way that, I don't know, maybe the Black Cab of London or Leyland Cars, Morris, all of that got passed around. Land Rover. That's my opinion. Thoughts on the 5th gen Prelude from my fellow Phil? We don't know yet, right? It's current generation. Aliante with an unbelievable, let me log this. Aliante with -120. Woo! Am I buying plane tickets tonight? Are we going to 1 in the morning with this shit? Maybe you can crawl through my name with all the vertical bars in it correctly this time. ATL, oh, come on, man. At Addie Linney. Hopefully this puts you over the top. Maybe I'll even consider going to a convention, or you'll choose to come to Kansas City. Which Kansas City? Kansas City, Kansas, or Kansas City, Mo? Sometime so I can come say hi. I appreciate that, man. Let me just quick log Shonk, S-H-O-N-K. $0.99. Oh, we're at 1.1. We get what's our number here? Hold on, let me disconnect my phone from the power. All right, this is what I see here. Can you see? There it is. You got it? Yeah, good. It's all backwards. But up here, the goal is 1275. We're at 1.1. 1275, and I'll buy the plane tickets tonight. Whoops, excuse me. That was the wrong thing there. My my read on all this is it's about $211, and I buy the plane tickets tonight. Woo! Lot to do. 93 Ravica. 93. Oops, excuse me. I forgot to make these figures negative. There. Shit, Scott Buccelli. On the behalf of those who cannot donate, Scott throws in, who's on the $50 bill? Is it Grant? Is Ulysses S. Grant $50 bill? Is it Grant on the $50 bill? Yep, that's Grant. Him and his whiskey and cigar beard. Scott, Bucchele. -50. Thanks, Scott. Everybody else says thanks, Scott. Thanks, buddy. Ulysses asked Grant. Yeah, so, yeah, still, as far as the YouTube says, 1.1. We're 1.275. CRJ Life. Oh, shit, man. CRJ Life. Man, am I literally going to fly to Orlando in a day? Not tomorrow, but the day after. Negative 99.99. Damn. 1.2. It's got 1.275. Well, fella needs a drink. Yeah, I hear that. I got a little bit of G&T left. 07 says this Megaplex better be lit. Yeah. The 8-ball says likely. Damn, man. Dude, oh shit, we are at 1.2. Philly Pack says, I live in Orlando. I'll have to pull up to the convention to get your thoughts on a 50th Prelude. Yeah. Shit, motherfucker. Shit. I'm just telling Slate, well... I'm telling Slate, the guy with the hotel room, who's at Megaplex right now, who's in Orlando right now, saying, he says, I honestly don't know, but it looks like my deposit is unrefundable. He's the guy with a spare hotel room that was going to like transfer it to me if I could actually, if the chat would actually bring up the funds to do it. He says the deposit was non-refundable, which maybe means I'm just going to pay, my friend Mike, I'll just like Venmo him this. He says, LOL, you're coming. Yeah, if I have to just pay you, I pay you or get transferred. I think if I reach 1.3 in the next hour, I'm buying AA tickets on stream. The thing is, I may only be able to take, I don't know if I can take my full suit. Depends. Anyway, oh, okay, people have been donating. CRJ Life was the last one. So let me get down here and make sure everybody gets their share. That was Ryan Lee. CRJ Life was the last one. Now we got Ryan Lee. Ryan Lee, which is -5. How's the Nairo going? It's a car, I plug it in and it drives. I forget as to why you went with full EV. Because I didn't experience it yet. I went with full EV. Really, plug-in hybrid is the way to go. But I went with full EV because I wanted to feel that torque pull, honestly. Finally, do you think Kias have evolved from bad? Oh yeah. You're talking Kias from the 90s versus 2025. It's a world of difference. I think the Ioniq 6 is one of the best EVs you can buy. Yeah. Rocky, let me log you here. Rocky, -4.99, says, do you see any photos or footage from the FWA car show? Yeah, I was there. I shot some few. We got booted out while Slate and I were yapping about an Alpha. So here's what I heard about. I have two thoughts about the FWA car show. What I heard was the attendees got permission from the property owner, but the property owner didn't tell the parking garage manager what was going to happen. In my opinion, if you're going to organize something, you have to assume the people you are telling things to won't send it down the chain. And it's your responsibility as the organizer to trust but verify that everybody knows what's going on. Just because one person says, yeah, I'll tell them, doesn't mean they're gonna do it. And as the responsible one, you have to double check down the line. In emails and phone calls. Phone calls are bunk, they don't work. Emails have a paper trail. You send an email, you call somebody, and you send an email after the phone call, summarizing the phone call. Now it's okay. These people didn't know to do that. Second of all, the FWA car show brought DJ equipment and PA speakers. They made themselves obvious with loud music. And also at that car show, people, I'm sorry for picking on Dodge, but the Dodge guys were revving, then the Honda guys started revving. And then the cops were called. That's why I tend to go to car shows. I go to car meets for about an hour. And the second I hear a Hemi engine start revving, deet, 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 deet. Anyway, people have been donating and they deserve my attention. Okay, Rocky was the last one. Nugget! Is this David? Nugget! What's up? I'm gonna assume you are. If not, you just get to hear me say Nugget. Is this Nugget, man? I miss you, man. I haven't forgotten about you. I know I've been living this strange life here in the Philly suburbs. I'm just gonna log you quick here. Nugget, which is -1999. Transcon divider. Is that trains? Transcon divider. -4.99. Goal, fixing up a 1970 Ranchero, like a Ford Ranchero. Nice car. Want to throw it in for review and drive it clear from Oregon because it's black and serves new used stuff. So you want to drive from Oregon to Philly, to Free City, Philadelphia. I won't stop you. I mean, you can do it if you want. I mean, if you want to update me and try to figure that out, regularcars@gmail.com. That's the way I handle that. Free person says, Annie, hope you make it to Megaplex. Mary Archery and I would love to meet you. This looks like it's happening, man. So, Alianti again, after trans, I'm sorry I'm not pronouncing it. Alti, Atilli? You're going to have to write it phonetically. Atillite, with who has been dropping serious flow. Looks like you hit the plane ticket price, 1.3. We're at 1.3. Which means I need to go to my room and get the RCR business card and buy a fucking plane ticket. I need to buy a goddamn plane ticket to Orlando right now. Guess what, motherfuckers? I'm coming to Orlando. Let's do this piece. You guys did it. I mean, I won't. My roommates are probably asleep. I'm sorry. Holly, are you awake?
Man, what's up?
I'm going to Orlando. I just did a marathon. I'm sorry, everybody here. I'm just talking to my roommate.
Oh, it's streaming.
I like, on a whim, I just said, like, hey, you know, is it appropriate for me to, like, live stream if someone wants to, so I can go to Megaplex?
Fuck it. Go.
All right, I'm buying a plane ticket for Friday.
Make it into content.
To it.
What?
Do it to it.
Yep. All right. I wonder if I should do, like, okay, the figure I came up with in my head is me not having a carry-on, just going. Like, Remote's RCR case is huge. And they charge me for it. Like, it's a heavy case. It's an oversized case. So maybe, I don't know, tomorrow, if I should do an additional stream. Like, look, if you want me to full suit, it's got to be more. Because what, Megaplex is just like a resort and you just jump in the pool, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. And I don't even think an American... I'll talk to you guys later. Crazy times. I'm keeping it in my wallet so you can't see. I also have to tell Nick that I need to do a modification on his payment because these funds are coagulated. That's the wrong word. Commingled. Okay, so you deserve this. Like, literally, I'm not joking. American Airlines, like, I don't think I get a free carry-on at more. So right now we're me going to Megaplex. If we want enough to, well, let's just go from here to, I got a DM. That's Hunter. Yeah. Wait, what's my Telegram? I forget it. Hold on. I have to do some talking thing. What's my Telegram? Okay, it's species first. I don't really like flying with remote because the suit is so fucking huge. And honestly, I like partialing more than I like full suiting. Okay. The armored owl. Let's just do this stuff really quick. I got time. The armored owl says Buhatain Military Products Rotunda. I don't know what that means. Are you telling me? Are you describing some sort of military product? Okay, that was it. Okay. Thank you so much. Limited time only. With that says hey, Nick's on this. With that says, I have no idea what Megaplex is, but I support it. Hi, Nick. What happened was, hi, Nick. What happened was I had one of my martinis and then asked on Blue Sky if crowdfunding the plane tickets and hotel costs to fly from Philly to Orlando on Friday, returning on Monday, I think, would be appropriate. Someone said, yeah, sure, give it a try. So what I did, Nick, was I started a live stream to ask the question if I should tomorrow, Thursday, August 28th, do a marathon live stream to try to crowdfund plane tickets and hotel to go to Orlando, which is a Megaplex. It's a furry convention, and to do that. What happened was immediately donation, donation, donation. So for your paycheck, I will have to look back at the analytics to figure out, okay, what on this day came through from Super Chats versus Google AdSense, and then just figured it out. Casey Clowney says, and we helped. So bro's gonna have a gold-plated suit by the end of this. The truth of the matter is, what people did was get me to the convention, but not get the entire fursuit. They got the head. In order for the full suit to carry, that means my entire case has to carry, which is an extra fee on top of that. But anyway, let's go to American Airlines, AA.com. Actually, let me open this in a separate window, close that. Open new window. Yes. Open new window. We're going to AA.com. We're going to PHL to MCO. Departing on Friday, returning, I believe, Monday, September 1st. I have to double check with Slate. I have to double check with Slate and see when he, Friday to Monday, so Friday exiting Monday, so okay. Okay, we're searching now for flights. Oh, I have all the time. Ali, my therapist, made a note of it. I've been years of never learning how to use my voice, just singing, but in general. Oh, fuck you. Do I log in? Do I have any? What's my American Airlines Advantage number? The plane ticket, since looking at it 3 hours ago, went up $200 in price. Yeah. Hold on. I need to go to need to remember my AA login. You know why? But a day has passed. It's a day later. There's my known traveler number. Control F. That's AAA. There's my known traveler number, or excuse me, my frequent flyer number. Sorry for the delay. Yeah, use a VPN. Oh, what did I just dad clicked him away? Oops. All right. All right. Okay, I'm in. Again, Aliante says, my roommate just sold my old washing machine and dryer for like 125. So I'm kind of passing that forward or whatever. Just ignore the numerical discrepancy in your favor anyways. I appreciate that, man. Thank you. How many miles do I have? Can I redeem miles? I have all those miles from flying to Australia. Scott Bucci with $20, thank you. I don't know how many miles I have. Oh, my current American Airlines balance is 173,000 miles. Huh? All right. So I can get there at Friday at 4. Or do I want an 8:35 a.m.? No, you want a 2 p.m. Yeah, you want a 2 p.m. Oh, my return flight? All right, so you need to leave way late. Where are my PM flights out of Orlando? Oh, I don't want stops. Oh, fuck. If I want to go home, does that mean I need to have a... Okay, wait. I can get a 5 o'clock PM to a 7:45 PM to Philly, nonstop. Oh, it's right. It's Labor Day weekend, isn't it? Yeah. Limited Time Roman says, got one coming on Friday. I enjoyed making it. I think it's hard to make people mad. Hence the 1K Pega Tribe. Yeah. Yeah, that's what you want. Dude, drive to Orlando. I've driven to Florida before. If I had like a crew together, then yeah. Something went wrong. Please fix it. Issuing country. Okay, United States. There we go. Race to the Bottom, Airline Edition. No, I don't want I don't want mileage multiplier. No thanks. Continue. Oh shit, My Way Home is middle row, isn't it? Well, so be it. Yeah. Oh well. Pardon me, guys. Turn the camera away as we take care of credit card stuff. Thank you for the sick printer. Yes, I have an office printer in here. Something went wrong. You have one error. My card is not expired. Month, year. Yes. Okay. We're still on a loading screen now. Again, we're having trouble with your payment. Peels, double check the CT and the card and try again. Okay. Okay, there it is. Try for the third time. It's 12:48 a.m. We're gonna we maybe have to call American Airlines and try to get in touch with a human. Oh, is it going through? My trip is booked. Friday, August 29th, 2 p.m. Arriving at 5 in the afternoon. Leaving Monday. There it is. Well, you did it, guys. I'm going to Megaplex. Sounds good. Let's go. Yep. Let's do this. Let me just, you know what? I think I deserve a well-deserved pee break, and I should probably go to bed. Nick will figure out how this works out with your paycheck. I mean, we'll figure it out. You know what? Current Brian kept track of everything, so I think I got it figured out. Let me just double check my Gmail. There's my trip confirmation, so we're good. We're golden. All right. Good night, guys. I'll see you in Orlando. I need to put on my calendar here tomorrow. Pack for MCO. Good night, guys. Thank you so much. Wouldn't be able to do this without you. Have an excellent night. Thanks for liking RCR, and for everybody who's at Megaplex right now, I'll see you on Friday around 6 p.m. Here's my phone. There, we gotta get it and make it go.